The UN inquiry says North Korean authorities use prison camps, systematic repression, and arbitrary execution against their own citizens, practices that Secretary Kerry says have no place in the 21st century.
So we say to the North Korean government, all of us here today, you should close those camps. You should shut this evil system down.
Kerry was joined by the foreign ministers of South Korea and Japan in condemning what he called abuses unfathomable to nearly the entire world.
To the tens of thousands who are suffering in Yeodok, Hwasong, Kaesyeon, and in prison camps across North Korea, we say you may be hidden, but we can see you. We know you're there. Your captors can silence your voice and assault your dignity, but they cannot deny your basic humanity.
President Kim Jong-un's government says North Koreans enjoy the world's most advantageous human rights system that gives them priceless political integrity. Pyongyang says it ensures people an independent and creative working life, as well as affluent and civilized living standards. That's in sharp contrast to the UN inquiry, which says the state is terrorizing its own people. Human Rights Watch's Sarah Margon urges the Obama administration to follow through with this inquiry by working with North Korea's neighbors.
I think the U.S. needs to coordinate really closely with South Korea and Japan, and to the extent that they can, China, going forward. The human rights strand, in some sense, can continue moving forward in terms of punitive actions. I don't see a lot of opportunity to incentivize at this time.
The depth of North Korea's isolation makes it difficult to influence human rights practices there, especially as it's already one of the world's most sanctioned nations. American Enterprise Institute analyst Michael Oslin.
If North Korea wanted to act in any cooperative way, even remotely like a normal power, it would. You wouldn't have to negotiate with it. You wouldn't have to blackmail it. You wouldn't have to beg it.
Reaching out to the North Koreans only plays into what Oslin calls Pyongyang's perennial manipulation of world opinion.
If we're willing to continue humiliation, wasted years of diplomatic effort, showing the North Koreans that there's absolutely no cost to any of their actions, then that's just the pattern that we're in. And I think whether it's us or the Japanese or the South Koreans, the idea that North Korea is in any way reforming, changing, opening up is risible.
Secretary Kerry says North Korea sentencing Americans to labor camps without a trial is as unjust as it is reprehensible. U.S., South Korean, and Japanese leaders are working toward a strong resolution here to push Pyongyang to end its abuses and hold accountable those responsible. Scott Stearns, VOA News at the United Nations.